whenever you are ready.
Yeah, I first met Ron Rice, I guess, due to his ownership of the stage that was being used in the band shell. And I didn't deal directly with Ron. I dealt with Jeff Lalonde, who was his marketing guy, or special event person or whatever, and some of the other people that worked there. Cynthia Bloomquist got me involved in that stage, and MTV. In other words, when MTV said to them, we need a guy that knows about this stage, then them being said that to Hawaiian Tropic and Ron, then I was the person they offered up. And again, I began to do, I did a lot of work for a while there for Ron Rice, and Hawaiian Tropic, did the pageants every year, which were at the band shell, one of the band shell shows. We did some stuff, with him in the Bahamas, did different places I would go with them and do different pageants or something. Anytime it was really specifically difficult, or we were taking part of the Hawaiian Tropic stage there, I would go do the work. But because of that, ended up doing Ron Rice and Darcy's wedding at, when they first married at the Marriott, or they actually married at the church, but the reception was at the Marriott. And did some other stuff with Ron and Jeff over the years, and Alan.
What do you remember about Ron? What was his presence during spring break, and the presence of the Hawaiian Tropic band or brand?
Well, Hawaiian Tropic is from Volusia County, Ormond Beach, Daytona. So, and I think, again, I don't know this, but I think was probably an industry leader, or one of the first people to say, this is organic suntan lotion, it's got coconut oil in it and all that. Whatever Ron did back in those days, he did it right, and his timing was impeccable. And so they were always present. Hawaiian Tropic was kind of their backyard. The girls would make promotional appearances places, and then each year the Daytona Hawaiian Tropic pageant was the Hawaiian Tropic International pageant. It was the big winner take all. You are Miss Hawaiian Tropic for 1999 or 1980 or whatever. That was the ultimate pageant. That was the end all pageant. And I never, Ron didn't spend a lot of time hanging out at MTV or hanging out at the Texan. I'm sure he had other things to do, but he would be there at presence at the pageant, of course, and would be specific about some of the things he wanted. Let's do this, let's don't do that, so forth and so on. So we would always try to set up and wait for Ron to come and see if he wanted to change anything or whatever. And then he would be involved also in the presentation of the trophies or the winner, the sash or whatever to the winner. I found him, always to be surrounded by lots of people, either working for him or somehow, as anyone in that position probably is. But I found him always to be straightforward and a man of his word. Sometimes I had a couple of conversations with him where he would not understand something. I would explain, and he would get it. I think he was definitely a contributor to the spring break legend, if you will. The Daytona spring break legend. He's certainly a player there.
And describe how you remember the brands showing up, the logos, the Hawaiian Tropic girls, even in conjunction with MTV, right?
Yeah, the first few days or the first couple of years, again, there's people from MTV could probably speak to this more accurately, but Hawaiian Tropic was a sponsor of the spring break programming, and as when you're a sponsor, in return for money, you get certain things. A certain amount of time on television, certain amount of mentions, certain amount of spots, certain amount of, so forth. And I was not involved in that in any way, but you know, there was Hawaiian Tropic banners everywhere. There were Hawaiian Tropic girls, Hawaiian Tropic bikini girls everywhere, handing out Hawaiian Tropic. And you know, sometimes when MTV would, again, when they were being sponsored or co-sponsored with MTV and Hawaiian Tropic, sometimes we would need, you know, someone to escort the talent out onto the stage. It would be the Hawaiian Tropic girls or somebody to be cute. You know, they would always have the girls handing out promotional material or have them on TV whenever they could with their Hawaiian Tropic tops on.
And how did the kids seem to react to that?
Drunkenly. You know, almost the kids' reaction to everything. You know, the kids were, and again, certainly not every one of them, but by and large, the group dynamic of Spring Breakers during that period of time was to drink and party and puke and drink and party some more. And they didn't particularly care where they did any of the things. And they would, you know, they would stay up for, you know, till practically daylight and then collapse 30 into a room or 20 or 10 or whatever. And then you would have that period of calm from about 4 in the morning until maybe 9:30 or 10, when you knew that everybody, if you had to go to the grocery or something, you better do it then, because before, when people started waking up and the weather was good, it would be pretty crazy. So there was just a tremendous amount of alcohol. It seemed to be, of course, you know, they're doing this period. There were unfortunate balcony deaths, people climbing from one room to another on a balcony, and kids would fall. They would be drunk. They'd fall. They'd be killed. There just was a lot of alcohol, it seemed, and a lot of I don't want to say reckless partying, because I'm not sure there's any other kind, if they had that kind they had in mind, but they were going pretty wide open.
You want to take one more break and then come back and do
Sure.
the last segment?
Yeah, I got to pee anyway. Jared, when do you want to shoot that bee stuff?
I will probably shoot it. I'm going to give the camera